Now to the latest in a string of powerful storms pounding the West Coast right now. New flood warnings in effect for parts of California and Oregon this morning as folks deal with heavy wind and high rain. NBC's Miguel Almaguer is in San Francisco. Miguel, good morning.
Hey, Willie, good morning to you. This is the second wave for the Pacific Northwest, but I got to tell you, it feels like the San Francisco Bay Area is really in the bullseye of this storm. We're getting hit with those heavy rains that have been pounding here for the past several hours and howling winds. Earlier this week, wind speeds here during that first storm wave that approached the Bay Area, wind speeds topped some 80 miles an hour. Now, it's not expected to be quite that bad today in terms of wind speed, but we're certainly expecting steady rain throughout the day. At the higher elevations, in the Sierra foothills, we're talking about above 7,000 feet. We're talking possibly 12 inches, 16 inches of fresh powder. At the lower elevations, we are worried about not just the winds and the rains, but all those flood watches and warnings. Many of the warnings have now turned to flood watches. That means many of the officials in this area are now worried. Their level of concern has raised quite a bit in terms of localized flooding. Down here in the Bay Area, there's concern that there will be flight delays at SFO, a notorious airport where we often see flight delays. There were some earlier this week. And again, this is just the second round of what is going to be 3, if not 4 storms working its way and pounding the Bay Area today. We can expect to see heavy rain throughout the day. Meteorologists say there is one piece of good news. While these storms are certainly significant, they're not all coming at once, but by Sunday, they do expect to see some trouble in this area, so we're going to keep an eye on that all day for you. Willie, back to you.
All right, we'll get you out of that nasty weather now. Miguel Almaguer in San Francisco, thanks. So when will that rough weather end out west? Al is upstairs with some answers. Al, what can you tell us?
Well, the bad news is really, Willie, it's not going to really get out of there until sometime Tuesday. Here's what we've got. Big upper level low, not going anywhere. It breaks off other lows that get caught up in the jet stream, plus a tropical flow of moisture, what we call a pineapple express, coming up out of Hawaii, and that's what's causing all the problems and is going to continue to. The heavy rain will continue in the mountainous areas. We're going to be seeing snow, rainfall amounts over the next 72 hours. As you can see, look at this rain just streaming on in, and it just continues to push into the Pacific Northwest, into Northern California. Rainfall amounts, we're talking anywhere from 8 to 10 inches. Some areas as much as 12 inches of rain over the next 72 hours. That's rain. We're not talking snow. And then we go into the mountains and talk about the snow. We're looking at some areas, the Sawtooth, the Tetons, Cascade Mountain, and the Sierras. We're talking about up to 2 feet of new snow. So flooding, mudslides, power outages, big problems expected, and massive airport delays until Tuesday. Savannah?
A mess, Al. Thank you.